Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and in honor of 4th of July, I would like to take a look at what's trending on Facebook here. What's trending at the top was Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I remember talking about this years ago back on the old Immortality Pipeline radio show. And we used to have a segment on that show called Bizarro World Headline News. And our good friend Doc Dockery would come on and read some of the more, at least the news that was bizarre to us. And this was on there one of those years. But I just had to make a video about this. This is the kind of stuff that really... that I just get activated, and it's like, okay, it's frustrating, but this is the kind of thing that can show you how things really are. I mean, this is what a pus and mucus-based society looks like. You have a situation where gluttony is preferred over getting clean. If you're talking about, I can eat, this guy, I guess he ate 60.
In 10 minutes on the 4th of July, Joey Chestnut's going to eat 60 hot dogs. I'm going to see if you can have one.
So 60 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And this is elevated. Now this guy's on here getting people to eat this. Pus, 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 pus. Pus, 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 pus. I love eating pus. Pus, pus, pus. Pus, pus. Anyway, sorry. But that's what I hear in my head. See, people, people that don't want to see this reality really can't hang around with me too long, because my entire world is colored by understanding this pus and mucus forming food eating connection, that we are, this entire society is diametrically opposed to what it's supposed to be. Not even, it's not even close. And man, I guess what's really frustrating is if you're down to be gluttonous, you're elevated. And this was my experience when I was growing up. I was a glutton. I was a total glutton, because people couldn't eat. I mean, maybe these professional eaters could eat more than me. The guys that are eating like 40, 50, 60 hot dogs, that would have been a challenge. But I don't know. I'd at least got 30 down, probably, in a relatively short period of time. But the thing is, like, that is what is elevated. The gluttony is elevated, and when people are trying to clean themselves up, get themselves together, they get discouraged, they get ridiculed, and all of that good stuff. So what I wanted to do was, I think there's not footage of this year's yet, but I know there's footage from last year's, I believe. So this is 2013, or last year. So this is the guy, I guess, that won last year. Joey Chestnut, yeah. And he's been winning like year after year. Between him and an Asian gentleman that keeps winning. And you notice that they're usually very skinny. Why is that? They're not fat. In order to consume this amount of pus, you have to be a uric acid type. I mean, good luck being really obese and being able to eat this much. You have to be a uric acid type. And then this sickens me. These guys on here like this is some sport.
Oh, he shoves this hot dog in his mouth. Oh, golly gee willikers, everybody. He's kind of, we're here at the
You know, it's just this. God. Oh, wow. There's Matt Stoney, that challenger.
Joey in the asparagus eating championship. Joey was a rookie.
Oh, the asparagus eating? Really? That's a thing?
Stoney is on his heels. Can he do it in hot dogs is the question.
And Megatoad Stoney, he comes out of the West Coast, out of the San Jose area.
Oh,
very
wow.
much like
Does anybody else see the world through these eyes? I mean, obviously not my eyes, but the Mucusless Diet eyes. Pus and mucus. I don't hear people talking about this stuff. I very rarely hear people do this kind of analysis. This is pure insanity. And look at how acceptable it is. Look at all these people there. Look at this idiot. This is just all American fun. Happy 4th of July. This is what this country is about. Stuffing yourself with a bunch of garbage that ultimately will take you out.
He's got a personal best of 53.
I mean, when people talk about America, this is sort of what my reference goes to. It's insanity. The only hope for America is those of us trying to put ourselves together, because that's the only thing that makes this country make sense. It is a place where those of us that are trying to practice a mucusless diet and get ourselves together have the space and the comfort kind of necessary to be able to take this thing to higher and higher levels. If we were in other environments, it would be more difficult to practice the diet as deeply as we are and as we strive to do. So that's why, that's how I view and that's how Brother Air, he was really the first person that kind of introduced me to that concept, and I thought that made sense, that was rational, that really, this is really it's the reason, that's the reason for America, is to have a space where those of us that are serious, and it's just going to be a few of us, but those few of us that are serious about really transitioning and really trying to get ourselves together, we are in an environment where we can do so. And of course, I know that there's other places now around the world that have like the 24-hour. I mean, that's a huge thing to me, the 24-hour supermarket where you can get goods from around the world, tropical fruit, all kinds of international things you can get from around the world, and and be able to get them 24 hours a day. I mean, that's unprecedented in the history of humanity. We didn't have that kind of organization to be able to do that, to transport that kind of goods like that, and to make them available. You'd have to travel. You'd have to travel for miles and miles, but by the time something got to you, it would be half rotten, or you would basically have to be rich and a king or something if you wanted to get some tropical fruit, something if you were up in northern climates. So anyway, I had to get that off my chest. This kind of thing just really, I don't know. One of these videos, this guy was eating, and then he ended up chucking or something. Then he kept eating. And this is why I can't have a serious conversation about when people try to have conversations about, like, well, it's not that bad, or all you think about is mucus eating and pus and blah blah and all this. It's like, but that's all there is out here. Look at this. This is insanity, and this is just but a reflection of everything else that's going on out there. Because you walk up the street and there's 1,000 restaurants, but where's the fruit stands? I mean, we're not even to the vegan restaurant level. yet. You know, maybe in some places there's a few of those, but in the majority of places around the world, that they haven't even caught up to that, and there's mucus involved in that. So we got a lot of work to do. And that's why I'm into sort of transitioning over the whole restaurant piece and just scrap it, and let's get to where we need to go, which is back to the garden, back to the tropics and the trees. You know, for me, that makes sense to just transition on past, because it's kind of a long topic, but what's interesting to me is when you go through the mucusless diet, you get to various plateaus and you get to various modes of eating, where at some point you might be in this vegan mode for a long time, or you might be in a vegetarian mode, or you could be in all these various eating modalities that are within the mucusless diet. But what I used to think about was, well, what would happen if just one of those plateaus had been a sort of the reality around me? So when I was in vegan mode, what if all of the restaurants that were surrounding me were all vegan restaurants that were serving exactly what I was into at that time, whether it be like vegetarian chili or vegetarian spaghetti or whatever. And that would, for me, that would have been something that held me back, because I wouldn't have been forced to stop going to restaurants. And if I hadn't been forced to stop going to restaurants, then I would have been stuck there. I'd have been stuck at that vegan space, because I wouldn't have been trying to push forward as much. There wouldn't have been something forcing me. So that's one thing. Use this. That's what I try to do. Use this insanity to fuel your inspiration, and to know that you're doing the right thing. You're in the right. And if it means that I'm not mainstream because I'm not into this, then great. Then I'm not. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm leaving that all behind. There's nothing for me there. And so let me close this one off. And happy 4th of July, I guess. 13-year-old wins pizza eating contest. Well, that's something good to do when you're 13 years old and your body's trying to unfold and grow and develop, is to stuff yourself with pizza. So, all right. Thank you for listening to my July 4th rant. And I think I'm going to go do an enema in honor of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. All right. Peace, love, and breath.
In a world where people needlessly die of preventable illnesses, one man's vision offers hope to humankind. Order Professor Arnold Ehret's annotated, revised, and edited Mucusless Diet Healing System today.